12 kilometres, 30 degrees, crazy!
With the sad but predictable news that the Pobla del Duc run has been cancelled due to high temperatures predicted, my virtual version of the race had a couple of minor differences to the official circuit run. Firstly, instead of a mere 7 kilometres, my run would be a little more than 12. And secondly, while the Pobla del Duc event was totally urban, it could easily be mistaken for a sightseeing tour, my run would be a mixture of lanes, village and a significant chunk of trail running. What could possibly go wrong? I set off from Casa Hamster looking less like a runner and more like an escapee from Beau Geste. Sunburn wasn't going to get to me today, factor 50 and fashion crime fully applied. Up through the olive trees, past the dog who was way too interested in talking to me. I'm pretty sure he'll work out how to crawl through that fence one day, and then paused for a cracking view of Aielo in the distance. Nice, except my stomach was starting to mutter warnings. By the time I hit Fruit Sambas, uncomfortable had become urgent. That planned pit stop in Aielo suddenly not optional. Finally across the newly repaired bridge after a million years of waiting and into the village. Comfort break taken, coffee glorious, bottled water secured, crisis averted. Through the village square and back on track, though the view of the hill looked both spectacular and slightly terrifying. Crossing the stream again, the climb ahead looked, well, fantastic if you weren't about to run it. Then came the scramble. Rocks, more rocks, and thankfully a clear sign I was still on the right path. The steps were almost a relief. Who says steps aren't your friends? At the top, the view back to the village was pure postcard. Well worth the sweat. The descent, surprisingly uneventful. No slips, no drama, just a steady drop down to the bottom where the track spat me out into an industrial zone. Glamorous? Not exactly. Nearly home though. And then, finally back to Casa Hamster, sweaty, thirsty, minus a toenail. That's a separate story by the way, but definitely alive. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. The next event is scheduled to be an away run, a La Safor circuit run around Almo Inez. Apologies for the dreadful pronunciation. The temperature is predicted to nosedive later this week. Fingers, toes and eyes crossed. Hopefully it'll go ahead, but frankly, who knows. Anyway, I hope you liked the video enough to give it a cheeky little like, please. If you're super impatient to see the next recording, and why wouldn't you be, why not subscribe, it's free, and binge watch my other runs. But whatever happens, please do join me next time.